Evening, everyone. It's 7:20, and this is your Sunday evening first look at the futures. Grains are not open yet. The oil is down about 55 cents. Heating oil and gas both down about 2.5 cents, and nat gas is down 30 cents. I think that nat gas may be getting back in an area that we can consider getting along, either calls on the boil or even UNG. Um, we're right here. We touched, or it looks like we came pretty close to touching the 26.5, 23.6 fib retracement, which has worked remarkably well with a lot of commodities recently. But more importantly, we are down from 941 to a low of 780. That's a pretty decent move. While I'd like to see it just a shade lower at this 749, 759 area, this might be enough. But I'd have to see what it looks like first thing in the morning. Gold is lower by $2. Silver is higher. Now, the gold has looked really constructive the last week or so since that 1 day reversal down here. Very short range today. If we got anywhere near yesterday's low, which was 1768, I think I'd probably be a pretty strong buyer. The downtrend line leaves us a little bit of room to the upside. The MACD has rolled forward and looks stronger. So if we caught a break and got it in that 1760, 1770 area, I'd have to take a strong look, because I think that we can get to this 1805 area without a lot of trouble. Silver remains the stronger of the two, and copper is down a little, but the copper is beginning to look a little bit like it could be bought here. Either if we get back down to this 350 area, absolutely. But this is another one that has worked out on the fib retracement levels really, really well. As Dale likes to point out, having these things be coincident with important areas is just, extra cream in the coffee. In any event, I would consider maybe CPER or one of the big copper stocks. I noticed that on the last page of the letter in the fundamentals, we had another nice move in Alcoa, double A. So that might be a candidate also. As far as the stock futures, we are lower, $15 lower in the S&Ps, $42 lower in the Nasdaq, and 126 lower in the Dow, 1240 in the Russell. I'd actually really love to see this reverse back to the upside. We are right at the top end of the area that I was looking at, which was 41, 41.50. On Friday, we hit 41.44. That's close enough for government work. And I would have to think that we're getting a little overbought, having just come in the S&P futures from 39.13 to 41.14. That's a pretty substantial move in basically 4 days. So, and I think this bear market rally is going to run out of steam. I certainly don't see it getting through 4,200. So we'll have to look at that tomorrow when the market is up and running. The dollar is up a little. Bitcoin and Ethereum both down. This Ethereum has really been outperforming the Bitcoin in a big way. I think it was even at 1681 off $1,000 low. That's 68% versus 20% that Bitcoin has moved off the low. Also, there is the quote merge happening with Ethereum, and that has the value of that is a reduction in the amount of energy needed to mine it. So, you know, 99% cheaper is a lot cheaper. And we have the bonds down 16 ticks, that's a half a point. 16:30 seconds, and we'll take a look at the chart when it pops up. Yep, this is another one that ought to be running out of steam here. Actually, I was thinking right around this 144 area. We did trade 144 12:30 seconds, so that's 144 about 0.38, 144 and 3/8. It's a very quiet range tonight, although it's all on the downside. But let's take a little closer look here. I would think about being a buyer down here about a point lower with a close stop, or I would, this is a tough one. That's all I can say about it. It's a tough one. It's moving in a classic manner. It broke through the downtrend line and it's had a running correction with a series of higher highs and higher lows, with the exception of Thursday, where it made a lower low but then came roaring back to close near the high and up on the day. So this is either a running correction or a bear flag. I'll pay for the direction on this one. All right, everyone, have a good evening, and I'll be back in the morning.